There is this new Ravenous Cliff Demon Hunter out there, which is actually pretty strong, and I did try it, and I really enjoyed the deck. It felt pretty different from the Ravenous I felt before, and the new cards really do have some very good use case scenarios, so I hope you enjoy this guide, and if you do, a like and subscribe would be great, but now let's check out the deck guide.
You are not prepared!
Here's the list I'm talking about, and yes, it is a Ravenous Cliff Demon Hunter for the most part, but we have some very interesting inclusions, including things like Elise, Broxigar with the Fabled cards, as well as the Climbing Hook, and the reason we have Climbing Hook in here is basically so you do have the mana totals for Elise. Ziliax also makes the cut in this one with the Twin Plus Perfect module. The reason why we have Broxigar in here is not because you are planning on playing this 12-12 later, but because the portals actually do give you a decent amount of card draw, and the Axe of Cenarius, not the worst axe in the world, definitely far from the best, but it does have a little bit of lifesteal, and also it could give you a lot of extra card draw while you're removing some minions off the board, so that can definitely be nice. We still are running the classic Death Rattle minions with the Tusk Piercer to fish out your Blob of Taurus, and the Blob of Taurus to impregnate the Ravenous Fellhunters. That sounded disgusting, not gonna lie. And after the Ravenous Fellhunters, you could actually get Return Policy to get yourself a lot of sticky boards with which you could be doing crazy things, including Califero into a bunch of Illadaris, but not only that, you could also get yourself tons of extra damage thanks to Elise, with which you could be going for 1 mana or for 5 mana for the most part, and if you go for 5 mana, you're definitely looking for the extra 2 damage for everybody, and usually going for a copy out of her would be pretty nice too. Going through the cards, we have the Portal, which you are gonna summon a 1/1 minion for the opponent, which is gonna mess up things like Resuscitate for anybody wondering. It is a Death Rattle minion as well, so it's a great counter to fellow Demon Hunters as well, and not only that, it's gonna completely wreck things like Bonsam Death Knights. So yeah, summoning these Death Rattle minions for the opponent not only gives you a lot of card draw, but also completely annihilates some potential game plans for your opponents, which is very nice and satisfying. The red cards are great, you could be using them even on your own Mecterodon, even though that kind of play nowadays is not something you're gonna be doing. It's usually great to deny some tempo for the opponents, and also it could be huge to remove big taunts out of the way so you can clap face. The Tusk Piercers are great to have. It does fish out your Death Rattle minions, including Blob of Tar and Ravenous Fellhunter. Those are the only you have, and it's also nice to have a weapon to attack with, so you're actually ready to do something like turn 6 Cliff Dive, turn 7 Califero, or turn 7 Illidari straight out to go face down. Broxigar, I've literally never seen a Broxigar come out of this deck, so don't even pretend it's gonna happen. Maybe in some extremely long games it could, but usually it won't. You don't have any Grandmaster plans for him. At some point you could just have 12 damage to the opponent's face, but don't bet on it. The Grim Harvest helps you with the card draw. Infestation is a great way to control the board early on, is basically a 4 mana 8 damage for the opponent's stuff. The Axe of Cenarius gives you a little bit of lifesteal. It's a nice decent weapon, so you could be going face with it, but most importantly you want to be attacking and killing minions for the opponent so you can actually draw some cards. This is always going to be drawing you the Portal you've already shuffled in, so that is going to give you even more cards later. Return Policy is great, mainly for the Ravenous Fellhunter, and in some cases when you're super strapped for card draw, you could use it for a Tusk Piercer even if the game really is not going your way, but 9 times out of 10 Ravenous Fellhunter is what you want to do with it. And try to be using it when you're actually trying to stick a sticky board so you can actually load up a nice big Califero or a nice big Elise potential, or just you're trying to stay alive against some opponents. The Wavering Slumbers is great for 2 damage AoE. You could also use it on your own shit so you can make some room, but more often than not in their early turns you're going to be using it for a couple of Dormant Idiots. The Blob of Taron curve is great. Dangerous Cliffside is another great way you could actually load up the board for a potential big Califero or even straight out big Elise. With Elise, like I said, usually you're going to be going for the 5 mana plus 2 attack perhaps, but you could also go for a 1 mana, get an extra copy. Getting yourself an extra copy of a Fellhunter would be amazing. Blob of Tar would also be okay. Heck, you could even go for 10 later if the game really is going to be going slow, and you could get yourself a 10-10 copy out of Illidari, and if you go with the +4 and a copy, well, that would be a lot of extra damage. But you really gotta have a good read on how the game's gonna go, so don't always pick something just because you picked it the last time and it worked. Ravenous Fellhunters, amazing for a great sticky board. The opponent might actually try not to kill this guy for a while. You might even get it frozen with a Glacial Shard or something, but once this guy's on the board becomes very, very sticky for board removal, so that can be great. The Climbing Hook is in here because you need a 6-drop for your Elise to be active. It's not the worst weapon in the world either. Once you equip this, you should never lose the durability, because you always should be having at least. Once you equip it, you should never really lose it, because you are gonna have quite a few big minions over and over again, and it's a nice little bit of extra damage, especially having having the option to always go face with Eldaris once they come out, that'd be great. The Cliff Dive is a bit funky in this one, not gonna lie. You do have a lot of bad draws out of this, but all you gotta do is not kill them, and also you don't gotta bank on these always pulling you double Eldaris or anything like that. You still have the high roll potential to pull out an Eldari plus a Macterodon at least, and it's also not the worst to get a Blob of Tar and a Ravenous Felhunter. Just don't forget the Blob needs to die for the Felhunter to actually summon it, and don't forget return policy. You need to play the Death Rattle minion in order for it to have it as an option. So if you only pull the Ravenous thanks to a Cliff Dive, don't expect it to show up once you play return policy after. We've all been there, I know. If you pull some other idiots, you might make a decision to actually kill them off if you don't really feel like they're gonna be important. Ziliax could be a great way to heal a little, and Eldari would be a great way to go face. Just make sure you have a weapon ready to attack face. Califero, absolutely amazing, but he does need a little bit of setup, and you do need a little bit of luck. Usually he is gonna be pulling amazing things like Eldari, like Macterodon, heck, like Ziliax, even Ravenous Felhunter, or even Blob of Tar would be fine. The only real low roll would be to pull Elise out of him, but that doesn't usually happen a lot, especially since you are going to be looking for her in the mulligan. The Eldaris are amazing to get pulled out from Califero or from the Cliff Dives, but also playing them straight from hand could be a decent thing to do, but obviously cheating him out is so much better. Just make sure to have a way to attack the opponent's face with your own face, and don't forget this thing also has rush, and don't forget this thing can also attack even when it's frozen. Macterodon is great to get pulled out of the Cliff Dive because it gets summoned as a dormant minion. Same can be said from Califero. Basically having a full board of Macterodons basically means 15 damage or 18 damage over and over again that way. And last but not least we have Ziliax, which is the twin plus perfect module, and I'd say this is a fine Ziliax. You could also consider the Unkiliax instead. Pulling that one with poison and lifesteal could be the better pick from something like a Cliff Dive, but usually you don't care too much about it, so I'd say just leave it as is with twin plus perfect, and that way once you actually play it from hand it's probably gonna be a little bit better, so there's that. All around the deck is pretty fun and pretty high rolly, but you do need a little bit of luck with some of the randomness into it, but usually it's gonna go your way more often than not. I doubt we're gonna see too much matchups here, but as you see, mid-range Shaman is gonna be a good one, and now we get to see what the mulligans are gonna look like. Obviously you are gonna be looking for your Tusk Piercers, a little bit of card draw with the Grim Harvest ain't bad. The Portal of Argus is also great because this thing is a 0, so you basically even get the Just Blade and Hero Power into it, or Weapon into it. Blob of Tar straight out is a good keep. Wyvern Slumber on turn 2 or 3, in this case 3 because we're going first, would be decent for a couple of minions. Infestation can help against a lot of people. Elise the Navigator is amazing, especially since you deny the option for Califero to fill the board with Elises. Axe of Cenarius, I wouldn't say it's so hot. Ravenous Felhunter I would hold on to if I already have a Tusk Piercer or a Blob of Tar. On the coin, there's plenty of the same stuff, so mulligan accordingly. That's about it for the deck. It's a pretty fun one, not gonna lie, and you are gonna be able to climb a lot with this one if you know how to play it. So I hope you enjoyed the guide, and if you did, a like and subscribe would be great. But now let's check out some of my games on my road back to top 1k legend with it. Hope you enjoy.
Raw power is no substitute for true strength.
I will prove myself to you.
Okay, I like that. I like that. It's actually pretty decent still. It's actually pretty much up there. Okay, got myself my Death Rattle idiots. I'm gonna hold back of swinging here. If he goes with the free fish, this way I can finish it off. But I gotta start swinging before we get all of our Death Rattle minions, you know? That ain't too bad. I'm gonna keep one more swig. Just slap him now. Enough baby in him.
Annihilation.
Sounds pretty good, man. Okay, he has Protoss. Not much has been said. Running Elise on a deck like this, kind of funny. Gives you a lot of versatility, that's for sure. Not super sold on the Broxigar in it though. Kinda feels weird, but it does give you a little bit more card draw, I guess. Could take some opponents by surprise and such. Yeah, this guy's definitely not having a good time now, is he? Wow, copies this crap? Imagine how desperate he is.
Commencing.
Sure. There we go. Next check can just return policy and feel fine about it. Playing a good old game of chicken, I see. Good luck with that. Do I ever 2 damage AoE first? You know what? I will. Proper knee slapper. This guy curved out like shit. But even if he did... What's it gonna be, booty hole man? The good old bottom right angle. It's pretty dead. Looks pretty dead to me. Easy. Cool story, Bob.
It is finished.
Yeah.
You win.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, he did have a pretty fucky early game curve, not gonna lie. But it is what it is now, isn't it?
This ends now.
Against the Shaman. Should be great against those. Let's see it like that then.
Vengeance is mine.
Okay, let's keep it like that for now. And that is why you kill the left one, guys. Could have had a 2-2 right about now. Not on my watch.
never make two trips. I never make two trips.
Okay, good news is I can fuck him up with a couple of these. And I will. Even coin out one more. Really get my point across. It's not super important to do it, but I think I'd rather. If he goes with Muradin, he won't be able to kill it. I might actually consider red carding it. In this case, at least for maybe a 1-mana location, sounds fine. Get the copy out of her. Let's go for a spell. Sadly, no copy. Fuck. Still enough to kill both of these. Extra station never hurt nobody. It's not what we wanted, but it's what we have, I guess. It's something. Okay, where were we? Taking it. Might as well get rid of these. Don't want him to be immune like that. Sure. Sure. Bit annoying, isn't it? The Cliffy could give me a Ravenous. Sadly, without attack, the Ladari would get wasted. We might have Zillion here, which is kind of interesting. I don't know, man. Should I just... I mean, we don't have even Macterodon in there, so it doesn't sound too hot. I'ma just go like this. Actually, we have a very decent chunk of damage, the way things are going. I could have actually done the cliff, because we did have this. Extra red cards. I could have actually pulled off a portal here. Probably should have sacrificed a 2-1 damager for a little bit of card draw. Could have done that. Could have done that. He's a little bit desperate. Guess he doesn't like my Venomoose. I can red card that for a couple of turns. Why wouldn't I? Let's just go ahead and do that then. I can break that weapon with this. The other way around, I mean. So let me go ahead and do this. Go ahead and do that. So we can get ourselves, sadly not a Ravenous. I'll use this one. Still clap. Next turn we will start having big men on the boards. How's it going, Trim? Doing good, brother? How you been? How you doing? It is what it is. Do an arena? Is it that bad? Okay. Could set myself up some of this shit. Honestly, Califero right now feels very, very awesome. It's not gonna be the biggest Califero ever, but pulling Illidari here is potential lethal. Let's just try and do that, shall I? Let's just try and do that, shall I? When you see Califero, you gotta respect him, guys. There you go. Why wouldn't we do such a thing? I could have even used location, but we didn't want to, because... Why would we? He was already dead and then some. Dead and then some, guys. Funny, funny. Definitely taking a fat shit on all shamans with this deck, not gonna lie. If you wanna take fat shits on shamans, this might be the fat deck for ya. The fat, veiny, throbbing deck that is Ravenous Demon Hunter right now. Funny, funny.
Will trample our foes. This ends now.
Okay. Against the warrior, first warrior of the day. I don't even care about the Wyvern much against the warrior, do I? Could turn out to be a dragon now that I said it, so maybe I kinda cared, but not that much. There you go. Let's just chill for now. I mean, still doing every single achievement Blizzard throws at you. That is a hard way to live life, Trim. I can tell you that much. I hope you find a way to free yourself from that shit, but that is no way to live life, my guy. I tried that life. I tried that life and I survived, dude. I'm telling you, it's a lot better when you stop caring about it. Nobody cares about achievements. Why should we? Yeah, but who the fuck cares, dude? We have everything and then some. Who the fuck cares at this point, brother? Brother, ooh. Okay. 10 plus packs. Is that really worth 10 hours? I don't know, dude. I don't know. You do you, I guess, but... I guess those are okay, but if you start doing everything, then it starts becoming a little bit too much in it. Nope, it's a Ravenous Cliff Dive Hunter. Demon Hunter, that is. Okay, that ain't too bad. Ah, okay. In that case, it's fine. You're living a healthy life in that case. Okay, this guy getting silenced still doesn't mean I don't have it in this thing. Right? Yeah, it shouldn't matter. So I'm gonna go with that. Yeah, it's kind of fine. It's kind of fine. This guy's curving now, isn't he? With all kinds of random crap, too. Funny. Funny, funny. That's not a bad red card right there. This guy should be not very happy anymore. Oh man.
Have you filled out the paperwork?
Imagine if he gets Mass Dispel there. Imagine. It's over, buddy. I was there. All we gotta do is have a sticky board for Califero, and that should probably be pretty chill. Pretty cash money. I'd rather have room for this guy. You know what? Let's just do it like that, and I'm even gonna have a weapon for next turn. Better do it like that. If you could remove my weapon, I kinda don't give a fuck. It's kinda the whole point of this. I just need a beating stick, not a weapon. Killing the dragon right there would have allowed him to fish out the other dragons faster. I don't bend that way. I don't want to live that life. Okay, it denies me a little bit of sticky stuff, but it's not that big a deal. It's not that big a deal though, guys. My body can take that big a deal though. I'm having fun. This is fun. It's not a big deal though.
Proportions look good.
Alrighty, guys. Prepare to witness perfection. Prepare to witness perfection. Let's bang it out like this. Make some room like that. Slap mouth like that. And here's that good old Califero play we love so much. Every time, guys. Never fails to satisfy. It is always as satisfying as the first time. This guy had such a good time until he didn't, guys. Until he didn't, that is. Cool, cool. Deck is fire. Yeah, Califero knows where the right spot is, huh? Can hold on to the portal, nothing else though. Califero a little bit too greedy. Even with the performance we've been having with him, a bit too greedy. Okay. This is the whole point of the portals, by the way, guys. It's all about the card draw. The fuck, the game was like it top decked Broxigar, but I guess that's how it always flashes, really. This guy is gonna be Protoss. Cool thing about this, by the way, is this completely messes up Death Rattle Craft for other Ravenous Fell Hunters. It also messes up Buonsamdi decks. It also messes up What? What was the 6-mana nerfed spell for Priest? Reconnaissance? Am I saying it right? I don't know. It got nerfed and I forgot about it. Resuscitate. Nailed it. Yeah. Just go ahead and do this for now. No need to clap. In this game, Califero might be important again. Maybe I should have actually held on to it, because this guy's not gonna push me hard, and if I can't close him, I'm gonna have a rough time. But I think we should have a fine time against this guy. Deck definitely feels a lot different than the OG Ravenous, not gonna lie. I'm not completely sold on the climbing hook, but it's not that bad either. And it is also a 6-mana spell card in here, so that activates Elise, so that's definitely a big reason why it's in here. Let me get a couple of men out of that. I am gonna swing. This guy should not be able to freeze my face, but I don't want to fuck around and find out. I'd rather be able to play a Death Rattle minion next turn. Technically, he could have gotten a Frostbolt out of a Glyph. Okay, let's do this and grab myself a jug of water. A bottle of water. Okay. This guy did a whole lot of nothing for all that time. What the hell? Okay, this thing's still not dead, so I can't just willy-nilly play this guy. Califero came back. He does love us. He does love us, guys. I don't want to just not do anything. Let me just do a little bit of some. Keep on pushing that stool in, you know? Oh, for sure, man. He doesn't want to kill my tutu, it seems. He knows, chat. He knows. That does slow me down for sure. Well, keep on doing what I'm doing. Can't just play my Ravenous like that. Would have been nice if I had a weapon. I want a tutu? Huh? You mean like ballet?
Don't use your head. Use mine.
How did I give you the impression I should be owning a tutu, my guy? Where'd that come from? Okay. Another one. Ah. Okay. One of those jokes, huh? Gotta get those numbers in. Okay, live the full life. Random counter spell vibes. Kill it. Thank you. That ain't too bad. Let's see what that do. Ah. I mean, if I get double Eldari, that's pretty GG right there. But, on the other hand, if I get myself a weapon, next turn I could do the Califero crap again. It's not like we're under pressure or anything, so I think I'm gonna go for the safer, bigger, better play. This guy hasn't played almost any proto spells so far, just a single. There's the second. There's this shit. Good thing is, Califero doesn't believe in Blizzard, if we get Eldari out of it. Problem is we could get a whole lot of other crap like Elise. That'd be dumb. Zilly would be fine. That's actually very good for me, because now... No, it's actually very bad because it filled the board. Shit. Now I don't have room for everything, but... They're all ready to attack, so... Still pretty fine in it. Oh well. I don't care about an extra dormant idiot, so let me go ahead and do this. That ain't too bad. Let's see. His Colossus definitely is pretty cheap right now, -9. So he does have a free mana Colossus right now. He feels like it. Does he feel like it though? It's one-off lethal with this thing. That's lucky. I think I'm what am I gonna? I could go for Cliff Dive still. No really good outs if I do that though. Isn't it just a mag? Yeah, I'm gonna just mag it. Let's see it mag it. 8 mana, call it a day. Yeah. That's about it. See ya. Could get armor out of the 5/5 right about now. Might be a decent thing for him to do. It's also a good amount of armor for him. Right. Yeah, fuck. Okay, that was the big discount though. See what that Cliff Dive do. That ain't too bad. I could proc it right now. I do have a weapon to fish it out though, but I kind of don't want it in here. I want it to materialize, so I'd rather actually do it like this. Get some of that healage on. And let's get sticky with it. So this weapon is empty, but it's a weapon still. And next turn we could try our luck with Califero, or Eladari might be enough, but he should be gaining some more armor. He does. He does. Could even red card my own mag if I feel like it. Maggie. Minion. Piss. Close. Well, let's see what this do. Hold up. Eladari, hero power is 10. 13 is what I fucking have. God damn it, it's 13 with red card, dude. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up.
Demons. Demons. Everyone could use a fresh.
You piece of piss! Ah, jeez, Rick. Disgusting. That was the only bad out, but to be fair, it was 1 out of 3. God damn it. We probably lost now. Ah, jeez, Rick. At least power. Yeah. Anything would have been better than this. I shouldn't have gone for a risky play here. To be fair, I am dead to a Colossus if he had one. Apparently he didn't, but I still might be dead here. Seems like I am, or is he just blizzarding? Oh, there he goes. Funny. Funny, funny. Well, that was lame, but Califero had to flop at one point now, didn't he? I guess it wasn't that bad going for the lethal out, because he was gonna be able to deal 18 damage that way. Yeah, Protoss Mage has been a little bit too funky for a little bit long now. Just the warrior. Maybe this time it's a questing man. He quests things. I think I'm gonna hold like this. Ravenous is not that bad, as long as we get the other guy. Okay, that's starting to look a little bit funky. Questing man, it feels. Kinkin. Well, let's crack this out, I guess. It's gonna be a long one. Buckle up, kids. Oh, for sure, man. Such a fun new card, isn't it? How are we feeling against this matchup? Inconclusive. I'm gonna go with that. Get some tempo win. Feel the pressure. Should be a bad matchup against Quest Warrior, but maybe with Elise we might. Just maybe. Wouldn't mind getting the 2-4 right about now. Come on, bro. Something like that. Could draw a portal with this thing, but we all know it's not about that. We ain't about that life. But getting card draw, definitely not the worst. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Unless... Let's do this then. Leave location for now. Might have bigger plans for it. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah, that's a funny new inclusion. Haven't seen that one before. Good red carded. Okay, sure. Sure. Could also just poison ass. I'm just poison ass. What do you mean, Volley? The Broxigar? It's actually interesting. It does allow to get a little bit of extra stuff here and there. It does mess with the opponent's stuff a little bit too. It is kind of interesting. Doesn't mess too much with Warrior though. As we're about to find out. Could go with the Cliffy. Not a huge fan of most of the outs though.
I grow impatient.
I think I'll just cycle for now. That ain't too bad.
Time grows short.
Could have just left it too, but I don't know. It's fine. Okay, no more Death Rattle shits in this. Would be great if I have Califro in hand. Would be great if I get Elise. How's it going, Gore4? How you been? How you doing? What have you been clapping people with? Let's see what that eats. Okay, well, that is what it is. Finally reached 3K. Ew. Stop, that's the wrong way, bud. Let's try like this.
Time grows short.
It's a decent amount of damage, but croning. Yeah. Ain't gonna crone itself. Ah, fuck. 12 armor, you say. Fun. Fun. Follow Ambulam. I wish I had Califro in hand. Even if I get double Eladari, it ain't there, right? Double Eladari would be 16 damage.
I grow impatient. Demons? Demons.
At this point, the coin doesn't matter much, so I'd rather have the location open, but I also would rather keep that pushing. Yeah. What's it gonna be, booty hole man? If I ever needed to high roll with Califero, it would be right about now. But first I gotta find Califero. Where are you at, Califero? Calif me sideways. Wouldn't mind getting the climbing hook either, but that's none of my business. Okay, he's probably gonna have another one, doesn't he? But that still leaves me with a bunch of 1-2s. That was a whole lot of nothing. Board locks me. Top deck Califero and show him who's boss. Please. Piss. Son of a piss. Well, let's just do this then. Quest completed. Califero is hiding. This game is very winnable, but we gotta get some proper luck here and there. This is gonna lock out a lot of my stuff. Okay. I still could pull off a Califero though. Guess we're gonna try what's in the cliff dive too. Okay. Well, I do have an actual chance of this being lethal, guys. If it pulls both Illadaris, it's there, isn't it? Either way, we're doing it. Sad. Actually wondering if I should still kill off one of the 8/8s. Actually, if I do that, Califero dies. Fuck that. I guess I could have played it a little bit better. But that's about it. Could have played the 2/4s after I've done that swig. If this guy didn't get that location, things would have been a lot different, but 24 extra armor like that, like damn. Ooh, we goddamn. Shitless Expanse is ready for whatever he feels like, yeah. Does he feel like, yeah? He does. He does, chat. Sure. Come on, Califro. Be a dude. 10% chance. Bitch. You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. Some bitch. I red card my mag. Could regret it. Could regret it if he has Zilly. Nah. Ill. Visible disgust. How many more of those you have, though? And how many more times can this Califro elude me? If Divine Shield untargetable taunt, and I'm screwed. There he goes. Well, Ziliax handles it. Could take it with the mouth. Think I will. That way it's a full clear. If only Califro decided to show up. If only. Not sure if it's even enough anymore. Piss. This guy has every single removal in the book, doesn't he? Every single removal in the book right there. Proper knee slapper. A lot of things went wrong in this game. A lot of things. And GG. Boom goes the dynamite. Well, what can I say, guys? Califro bottom 7, Elise getting burned. A lot of things went to shit. Could have been a good game. Game decided it shall be no such thing. Fuck yeah.